We're smooth 98.1 FM. Good morning and welcome inside the Grapevine. It is time once again for us to talk about everything entertainment, and we're ready to go. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa, and we're joined already by Ifituri. Doghudje
Yep.
is here already. Good morning to you.
Morning, Oma. How's it going?
I'm well, thank you. Well, I
Yeah.
understand you've been a little bit under the weather. Let's hope you get over the weather
Yes,
very soon.
so
The
yes, so I would have loved to be in the studio with you guys.
Yeah, the energy, honestly. But then we're going to try and connect that. There will be no shortage of that. But in addition to it, it means
Mm.
that a whole lot. We're waiting for Love and Light Irabor to join us shortly. But while we wait for him,
I like that.
we can start. You're here already.
Okay, let's shoot.
Let's
Let's go.
Yes, let's go. So let's get ready to let you know we can have you react to any of the entertainment stories we're picking up this morning. You can send your thoughts to 0809 will be where we like to read all of those messages. So, Efituri, let's pick up this one. The last time we checked up on this young man on the grapevine,
Yeah,
he had come out to tell
yeah.
us, see, Daddy is going on vacation from writing and music. Babala, that's what he said. And we are like, at this age, bow, how can you do that? How can you say, what's the next move? Some person said he will be
Mm.
playing of probably he had saved enough and all of that. But now we saw him recently, he had gone to visit one of the big masquerades in the movie industry. So what are we talking? Wizkid is
Yeah,
finally going
so
to lay a Lion, and what before they make
yes,
this
he
kind of
has.
you think has gone underground?
I don't think much has gone underground because again, just from the production and the type of work Kunle puts out, Kunle does work with unknowns. He starts most of his productions with unknowns. He has never really been the one to publicize the kinds of people that he puts in his movies. So, of course, this is a different angle, especially with Wizkid visiting. We don't know the kind of conversation that they had, whether it's for sponsorship, whether it's for actual acting. But I think what he came out when he now says, "Oh, I want to become an actor," please, for the love of God, Whiskey, get a seat, sit down, and just write down what exactly you want to do during those 4 years. There's nothing wrong with taking a break. We are all for it. But let's be, what's it called, proactive and say, okay, I want to do this. If it is sports, what are the elements of sports that I can be involved in? If it is acting, oh, what are the elements I can be involved in? Don't just every month. Now it seems like next month now you say, okay, he lost painting after that picture.
Mm.
What's it called? Maybe he wants to go into photography. Just focus on your focus and tell us what. In fact, don't even tell us.
Just be
Silence is
about it.
also golden. Do you understand? Just do what you need to do to be able to get yourself back in the game or to relax. Again, I'd mentioned mental health is important. If he needs to take the break, let him go ahead and take the break, but let him identify what exactly he wants to do. Okay, sports, maybe sports management, maybe XYZ, maybe I'll sponsor a club because those things are big deals. Okay, I want to go into film, or maybe I'll produce a documentary. Maybe again, he can itemize. Well, every 5 minutes going on social media or wherever it is, telling us, oh, this is what I thought I would like to kiss and I would like to shoot gun. Come on.
Okay.
that's,
Now,
that's
for
not how
me,
the industry plays. Yeah.
Fituri, the next thing I see, why are
Yeah.
we what see,
Yeah.
this man has acted in some capacity already, even in his craft as a musician. After all, shooting
Yes,
the music videos in itself, that's already like a movie in the first place. So I think the
yes,
transitioning would not be so difficult to do. After all, someone who had a Tiwa on set for, I mean, as a vixen. So, I mean, all of this in itself, I think it will be easy.
So I think again, it's not the craft having a camera or cameras around him and having to shoot different angles might not be a thing. But this is when you say acting, of course, he's going to have to talk. He's going to have to um, live in someone's footsteps or live in someone's consciousness for a period of time. So when he's shooting his music videos, he's being whiskeyed. Do you understand? Except again, if he's coming on a film set to be whiskeyed, which again doesn't show any sort of relaxation that he wants to achieve, then I don't see how they are similar. Yes, he has been around cameras, no doubt, but he needs to, if he
But around those movie
sets,
he
has to open his mouth. He has to learn, has to be able to project.
Yeah. But around those times, there will be cut. So of course, even in movie set, you would also have cut, retake. And so what is the transition?
True.
Why are we making it look like it's a big deal for Wiz to get into acting?
It's a big deal. I'm sorry.
Music video.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a profession. Please, it's a profession. I have my reservations about musicians that go into film. Okay. And that one is just a personal reservation. But if he's going to do a good job, then he has to be able to do it properly. Do you understand? Okay. We don't want someone on set that will be wasting people's time because, oh, he's the star. Or is he going to commit to it? Then by all means, let him go ahead.
Okay, we'll let that rest and see if next week is not coming up with some other issues he would like to get into. And let's say
that since he's met with a photographer.
Since he's met with the guru already, Kunle Afolayan already, and that means he's picked his fight and his battle already to say, watch out for me on your screen, watch your screen, Ifituri. You would see what I would do. Let's move on now to others who are waiting for us this morning. And well, these people, I think they would have to say, we don't want to see them on the Grapevine because it seems like they become a regular now. They should go and rest and allow others come in. So we're talking about...
No, not at all.
The last crooner, Odogwu, is here again, is in the news for good reason. So also is Rema, even though he missed out on the shortlist for the Grammys next year. But both men picking up awards already from the billboards. And talk to me how this came to you. It was on Sunday and it's massive again.
Yeah, so I think the award seasons, of course, is coming up. We're dovetailing as we're ending into the year and ending the year and then entering into 2024. Of course, the Billboard Music Awards happened on Sunday, just like you had mentioned. They started a new category. The category is I think, Afrobeat artist. Again, you see what Grammy is doing. You see what Billboard is doing. The music industry is definitely focusing on Africa. Let's not forget that. So both of them, that's Burna Boy as well as Rema, won awards at the Billboard Music Awards. Now, Billboard, again, the Grammy has its niche. Let's not forget it. Billboard is one of the toughest ones because, again, that is a whole industry that is talking about ranking, is talking about rating, is looking at the UK, the US, and now they have created a category for African artists. I don't know, I didn't check it out in total, but I don't know if this is the first of its kind, but if it is, kudos, because again, they are focusing on Africa. However, I was very, very intrigued. I was excited for this. Again, learning of it in my lifetime is a great one because growing up with Billboards or the Grammys, those categories were seemingly non-existent. Do you understand? So music in its universality has begun to transcend our borders. We knew that, we now see it. And the Billboard people are they're tougher than Grammys. They are quite tough. They're tougher than the Grammys. So if they have started considering African artists, I'm all for it. And kudos to, of course, the African giants, Burna, that says we shouldn't talk about him. And Rema, of course, his streak is still on. So I'm happy for both of them.
So let's even look at the category where Burna Boy picked up this guy. He was named as the top Afrobeat artist for the year. That's what it got the gong for. And then we also Rema got nominated and he walked away with the award for Afrobeat song for Calm Down. Would there ever be an end to what this Calm Down would ever bring this young man?
I feel like the sky is the limit. I feel like that song, since its release, then the collaboration throughout this year, from making Obama's top list to making the top songs for other acts, he has just been clinching good accolades from this collaboration. And who would have thought, as in who literally would have thought that it will still be going on long? I'm so elated for him. It was a collaboration that people definitely enjoyed, of course. And children, of course, also enjoyed it. So the song wasn't just for the adults, it transcends ages. So I don't know whether it will end. Let's see how 2024 is. Well, unfortunately, he wasn't nominated for a Grammy, so maybe because of the period the song was released, but as in, it feels like there's still more to come. Maybe there'll be a documentary about the collaboration. Who knows? He can always exploit it to the way he can.
No, because if I look at the category, the fight he had, the people he went up against to pick up this award in itself,
yes,
it's not like you can't brush them off. You have an Irish star with who says it's Russian with that song. Oxley, Kulosa, and Bianca from Cameroon, and we had a Victor Tony Soweto. Look, it wasn't easy, so you must give the man his flowers.
Yes, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. Again, that category had people for other artists for Africa. Again, it wasn't a Nigerian-dominated category. So you can see that it stood out compared to the rest. I'm not saying that all the other songs were not great. They were all great in their own right, but Rema deserves the flowers that he's getting, and I'm elated for him that he's doing a great. This song got him all the recognition that he's having at the moment. Yeah.
And let's also throw this one in that he has also been he also got a plaque too from Spotify for his 1 billion streams. He got a plaque too.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, so you see,
this guy is the limit. He just needs another hot number with a good collaboration, and who knows, 2024 is definitely one that he can continue to soar.
Was it the collaboration that made the song big, or the song wasn't big on its own before?
We are going to agree to disagree on this, right? I think it's the collaboration. The song was awesome, of course. Yeah. Let's not get it. But that collaboration just blew it out of the water. On two aspects I'm looking at. Selena, because of the kind of artist that she is and the star she is in America. Selena is American, but she's Latino.
Yes.
So there was that angle as well. So he conquered America, he conquered the Latino market. I feel like the collaboration did justice to promoting Rema as well. Yeah.
Okay, let's leave this, guys. I'm just going to throw this one in before we move on, and that's talking about Asake. We also saw a collaboration. He said it was lonely at the top, but it seemed like these days Asake isn't lonely any longer with a collaboration recently released now with her.
With her, right? Yes, I saw the song while I was watching TV on YouTube, and I was like, okay, I have it on my Apple playlist, and I'm like, okay. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm getting into the vibe. It sounds very mellow. Both of them sitting. I don't know whether that was the official video. I didn't see it to the end, but both of them sitting and singing to each other. I really like the vibe that is creating. And like I said, it's on my playlist already because I want to hear more of it. And so I feel like because High is also upcoming and she's doing great work as well, I feel like that's also a good mellow. It's not the again, all the hard beats, but very, very, very nice. So my fingers are crossed for that one as well.
But then we cannot say that Asake wasn't lonely in that video I saw of the remix of that collaboration. It was lonely in that with all of the women I saw around. I
don't think it was lonely at all because it seemed like both of them were staring into each other's eyes at some point, and he was like looking at her, and they were feeling. No, I did like that video. I did like that video. So he's not lonely anymore. No, not at all.
Okay. If you just joined in, you're listening to the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 FM. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Ifituri Doghudje is still with me. When we come, still more to come. We've got a man who's passed on, but then would he find a rest in peace being interred? Finally, that and more after now.
What does future forward banking mean to you? Speed, innovation, convenience, lifestyle goals, or just simply getting service that is designed just for you? Yeah, we thought you might like all of that and more. That is why we specially created Providence Bank for you to take care of your daily experiences. At Providence Bank, we believe that banking should be all about you and your business. and how to get you to the next level. If you do not already have a Providus Bank account, please speak with our business concierge on 0700 77 684 387 or email businessconcierge@providusbank.com to switch to a future-forward banking experience. Providus Bank, future forward banking.
Hey, my people, come on, we know the times don't hard, but higher than the food don't do for Nigerians them. What a reliable fridge, freezer, or any other appliances. So, come up with there for you. What an option with the last kakaraka. I come up with there for you. What an appliance where they consume too much electricity. I come up with there for you. But now, higher than food don't line with another promo. What have called there for you. From now to November 30th, 2023. If you buy anything for higher than food, then go summon you for top. Hey. Free standing cooker, free microwave, free air fryer, free AC installation, and even more awoof day. For more story, visit any authorized dealer or www.temucool.com.ng. Make yourself begin enjoy your own awoof. Terms and conditions there too. Try it to cool. Always there for you.
So I'll buy a new microwave, washing machine, blender, gas cooker.
All of that in this choking economy.
Down. Black Friday now. That's right. Black Friday is here again from November 30th. You can get groceries, smartphones, electronics, fashion items at affordable prices. And if you have to return an item, you can easily initiate a return from the app and get refunded. This Junior Black Friday, let your pockets ring.
Unexpected, they offer mind-blowing Irabor Osu. Place an accumulator bet and they watch your winnings. They go up with our 1,000% bonus. So 1,000%. So what's it wait for? Visit onexpert.ng to use promo code Irabor Nigeria to get 300% bonus up to 189,218 now and take advantage of Irabor bonus from OneXpert.
Have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of non-seasoning cubes, even better. So go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of no cubes. Today, eat for good.
We're smooth 98.1 FM. It's still the Grapevine. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. If it's Doghudje is still with me, so let's get into this one. At what point will this young man eventually find his peace, even though he had asked while he was alive, what is all of this? Would he ever find his peace? But the father has an idea when the young man would find his peace as RIP. As I'm talking about the father of the late Mohbad, Joseph Aloba, is stating that the son would not be buried until every issue surrounding the circumstances around the son's death is attended to, including DNA. That's what it is. So it's looking like there's a long way ahead for us to wait for the final interment of Mohbad.
Yeah, so it's quite unfortunate. I'm still trying to investigate and understand why. So the DNA test for his son from the wife, if I am getting that correctly.
Yes.
Because again, the result of the autopsy, which is what will actually tell us the cause of his death. I thought that would trump a DNA, because I'm not trying to throw any aspiration or cast any aspiration. I'm just saying that the autopsy would tell us what caused his death, what led to his death, whatever it is, it will give us a better understanding of what happened to him moments before he died. The DNA just comes as we want to be sure that this person is the person that will inherit his property. It's quite messy. Let's not get it twisted. All the plus influencers and everybody that has jumped on it. He has the final say, especially since he is the father of the deceased. Nobody can come and claim his body, not even the mom, especially in our culture. So he has the final say. And if he has taken the stand that he wants everything to be completed, especially this DNA that we're talking about, then by all means, he has that authorization to be able to do so. So irrespective of what people are saying, they can't come again. They are not the fathers. In fact, if you go to a hospital to visit someone, they will say only family members. So if you're not a family member, a relative, you can't come and claim the body or hijack someone's body. In fact, that would be tantamount to kidnapping. So again, his father has the right. I just don't understand why it's the DNA that becomes the most important part as against the autopsy that tells us what actually killed him. But hey, it has been very messy since the beginning.
So, but for one who had given his approval for him to be buried in such a shoddy manner earlier on, would he, if the rest of society had not come up to say, no, this wasn't fair to the young man, would he have this say to be saying, and until I have the final say? Look at what he's saying at this point in time.
So I understand that. I know he was buried, then he was exhumed to do this autopsy because people wanted to actually know the cause of his death. The whole situation concerning Mohbad is just shrouded in, I don't know, controversy upon controversy. Like you had said, will the guy literally be resting in peace? I have no idea. It's shrouded in controversy from the mom to the dad to the influencers to the wife. I think it's really, really unfair. But I also think that as people, I know we are fighting for the rights, we want to get to the bottom of it. I think we should literally just step back and let the dad figure it out for himself. There's been so much involvement in it. The truth of the matter is his immediate family that has the responsibility to be able to determine what happens to him. So let's step back. We want to fight. We want to know the father is this, the mother is this. I'm like, you know what? At the end, they are his family. No matter how bad or worse we feel the situation is, they're his family.
Okay, but let's move away to an actress now. Well, Beverly Osu, she's not a stranger to controversies. She hugs them and she survives them. But in this case, it looks like, well, she's letting us know her preference, and it doesn't look like I fall within that category. So, well,
you don't, eh?
No, it's stated here why I like just simply saying I like to date older men. So it doesn't look like I'm an older man by the definition. So I'm out of it. So, but then it seemed like some persons want it older, some persons want it a bit younger. So walk us through that.
Oh my God. So, of course, Beverly Osu, alum of Big Brother Nigeria, I think, yes, is an alum of Big Brother, actress, video vixen, has come out to say, oh, I like to date older men because I feel like she said, I've always wanted to date people who could control me. I think that was just the cocoa of this whole matter. So, of course, she doesn't feel, again, and this is a personal opinion of hers, she doesn't feel that people that are her age mates or people that are younger than her will be able to control her.
All right. It's a zaddy
older
kind of
people will be able to.
Okay, it's a zaddy kind of thing now. Some persons like the zaddy kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
Okay, it was your.
I was about to say someone that can hold her hand, but that's not what she implied. Okay. Someone that can control her.
Control her. Okay. So, that she can respect. Okay. So it looks like the older firewoods will burn sort of in a way in our eyes. They burn better. But anyway, the old wine tastes because they mature. Anyway, in other news, let's move on.
Again, I don't want to dwell on it because again, not just feminists, but women saying, I don't understand in this 21st century how you come out and say you want a man that can control you. Mutual respect is what is important, but I don't want to go into that. So if she needs someone that will say, oh, sit down and don't do this or don't do, and it might not be that kind of control. I'm sorry if I'm exaggerating. It might not be that kind of control, but she just wants an older person that she will look up to and say, okay, you know what, he probably has my best intentions at heart and he knows what's best for me in some way. So I will listen to him. Let them control me. Yeah.
Just call me Zaddy then. Okay, moving on. Let's get this one in quickly. Well, it seemed like the former signee of the Davido Music Worldwide is speaking about it, and is simply speaking about if their relationship is still very much intact. And that's talking about the mayor of Lagos, Mayor Okosun, speaking here. Yeah. Do you think they still have that rapport from what we can see?
So he's just I watched part of that clip, the clip of the interview, and he was just like he still has a fabulous relationship with
Before you dwell on
Davido,
that, let's
despite.
quickly give credit to
Oh,
who
okay.
it is. That clip is
Okay.
off of the interviews off of the interview with Tea with Che podcast by
Yeah.
Chemisa
Yeah.
Emmanuel. So that credit goes there.
Yeah.
So you can move on.
Okay, yes. Okay. So he just basically said the relationship is great. Again, if people are trying to be scrupulous with trying to rear fire or trying to instigate stuff that doesn't exist, he's just saying that no, my relationship with Davido is still great. He said, and I quote here, I feel he knows me and he understands the kind of person I am. If I did vex for him now, who knows? So he's like, he's not a difficult person. Why won't he have a good relationship with Davido? Again, the reason for leaving Davido's label, I'm quite fuzzy on that reason, but again, people grow, people want to spread their wings and fly. They don't want to be under any management. They want to do their own thing. And I think that is one of the greatest, objectives or goals of a leader, to be able to say, okay, if you feel like it's time for you to fly, then by all means fly. So I don't think they should be having an issue. And he says they're not having an issue. So
okay, we'll
let's let it rest.
All right, we rested there, but let's go. They say no smoke without fire. But in this case, let's go to someone to see if the smoke is affecting the way he breathes now. Let's go over now, Ife. Meek Mill is the one speaking here, American rapper. He's saying he wants to quit smoking.
Yes,
they won't tell you, your body will tell you, your lungs will tell you. But I like you to connect this story to what he's saying, Meek Mill, and also factor the other man in, the Snoop Dogg, the dog who smokes like a chimney, who says they gave us an announcement that he was also quitting smoking, but we now know the reason why he said that.
Yeah. So like you said, your body will tell you at the age, I think Meek is even way younger than Snoop. And Luke has been since I was in secondary school. I'm sorry, he has been. In fact, he has definitely smoked longer than Meek Mill. But Meek Mill has now started talking about the fact that he's suffering from emphysema. That right? He says he's suffering from it. If you say so, he says he's suffering from it, and he, of course, is not drastic enough, but he says he wants to relocate to Dubai to be able to ensure that he doesn't even smoke publicly. It doesn't change the fact that in Dubai you can smoke in your house. Do you understand? So when he says he's going to Dubai, I'm like, what's the difference? But he just aligned with Snoop and said because smoking is causing him this, he wants to quit. And of course, just like you mentioned, Snoop wasn't smoking normal cigarettes, please. People think Snoop was
where they call
the other word.
Obiaruku somewhere around Delta, right? Those ones that cite that has. Anyway, moving on. Just take it up from there.
Yeah. So just to even say what and I quote again directly from Mick, I was addicted to nicotine, and this new bleep got too many chemicals. So again, marijuana is legal in the United States. Before it was legal again, Snoop was at it since I was in secondary school. So between the two of them, there was nicotine, there was marijuana, both of them were smoking. Snoop has literally lost a bit of weight. I don't know, again, if it is because of stress, old age, or that
Snoop Doggy Dogg, has he ever had weight in his life?
So
has he ever?
He has never had weight, but if you look at him now, and sometime last year, maybe when he was on the show with Martha Stewart, you can see that he's beginning to look gaunt. Like his mouth is eating, he's beginning to look slimmer. And I don't know whether it's stress or is the marijuana, but both of them, it's good that they're getting off it. Yes, they should get off it.
All right. A woman's love rejected. You cannot stand this con when it comes for you. So let's go over to this one. Former love interest turned music signee, and all of those brew out what we didn't know was going on in secret, came out in the open when Ventura, that's Cassandra Ventura, known as Cassie, said Sean Puff, known as P. Diddy, raped her at some point in time during their relationship and assaulted her, and went quietly to say, hey, boss, will you settle this privately? He said, no, do your worst. And then later on, we say they are settling out of court now.
Yeah. So, of course, what has been going around is the fastest settlement in the history. I tried to Google fastest settlement or fastest law civil cases settlement, because I know Guinness Book of Records will have some kind of record on those kind of things.
Yeah.
Because this was less than 24 hours, or at least 24 hours.
Friday was sued. By Sunday, we are done. They are hugging and saying it's okay. From the same email.
So I don't know about hugging. Yeah, I feel, unfortunately, this is not, if we had started with this, it would have been a longer conversation. However, I know that, again, just looking back, when the R. Kelly saga started, there were a bit of mentions in the hip-hop community about some of the big players, and Puffy was one of them. Again, you can't talk hip-hop without talking Puffy. So there were a lot of mentions of the big players, Puffy being one of them, Snoop being another, and a host of others that just came to the forefront because of that R. Kelly saga.
Okay.
Cassie just came out to just tell us that this happened to her. We would have loved to see something more than just the settlement, but again, I can't stand for her. If the settlement is her own way of saying this is how I want my own to be, then of course she has her own rights, but it would have been good for us to shed some more light on this. Sadly, of course, P. Diddy being P. Diddy or Puff Daddy being Puff Daddy, well, true. So Puff Daddy being Puff Daddy had to cancel it quickly. He has a lot at stake as the entertainment movement. So again, you can understand why. You can really understand why. Yeah.
Okay, let's leave that and read messages. We've got them here finally as we go now. Shola sent in this one. It says, please leave Wiz Baba. It can be anything, anytime, any day. That's about if he chooses to play football for Man United or Tottenham Hotspur, leave him alone. It can be anything. Then Wako comes in with this one, says, good morning, guys, please. Efe, Andre 3000's got a new album out already, so this person is likely to get to hear what you think about it. So let's say next week when you come in, we'll get that across. Briefly.
Yeah, that's speaking album, right? Because he did rap.
Yes.
I saw it in the news.
So I've got Olu from Alaka saying the DNA can be done from once you have a sample, but you can't judge that the father for the quick burial because based on tradition, parents don't attend or take part in a child's burial, which should be done quickly because it's not something to celebrate. Ibukun from K2 left us that message. And I've got AY from Oniru with a message here saying, so there has to be several health issues challenged before most of these big celebrities decide to prioritize their health and start making positive health decisions. This is very sad. And Xavier comes in from Bagada. Please help me tell McMill that he shouldn't stop. How can he and Snoop at the same time? You need more mobile chimneys. That's what he's saying. And it leaves me with the final one. An Igbo proverb says, when the ear is warned and it refuses to listen, then when the head is cut off, it goes with the body. That's what he said. And then for me, it comes in. He says, Shaye, the older the wine, the sweeter the juice. She had daddy issues growing up, so I don't blame her. To each his own. That's the size of the show this morning, Efe. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Oma. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
You too. And thanks to everyone who listened and sent in a message. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Good morning. We are